Let me introduce you to Arcade1Up, the brainchild of David Dowling. Now, the Arcade Leftovers kit is what he's calling this product, and this kit is a creative solution and product offering that allows the modding community to repurpose a lot of the common leftover parts from an Arcade1Up modded cabinet. Oftentimes, the first components to get removed from an arcade mod are the stock PCB, the marquee, power supply, LCD screen, bezel, and the control deck. Now, these parts are still perfectly good, however, they end up being homeless as the result of the modded cabinet gets repurposed for other uses. Thankfully, David's kit allows you to plug in your leftover parts and pieces from your older model Arcade1Up modding project and then create a secondary bar-top arcade machine out of it. Currently, the kit only supports Arcade1Up leftovers from older cabinets that didn't utilize the dual speakers underneath the marquee. David was kind enough to send over a sample kit for me to check out, and I'm definitely impressed by the quality and the craftsmanship of the product. Everything lined up perfectly, all the holes and slots were cut with precision, and this kit uses some high-quality Baltic birchwood for the main side panels, which are extremely sturdy. The basic leftovers kit comes with 2 main side panels, 4 sliding inserts, 2 cross brace supports, all the necessary hardware to piece it together, as well as detailed instructions. David also has a very detailed assembly instructional video on YouTube that I will link below so you can check out. This basic kit will run you about $89 plus shipping and will be available soon on his website Arcade1Up.com, launching early in August. And besides the basic leftover kit, David's also working on some unique items that you can use as add-ons. So for example, say you've been decorating your game room or your arcade with all these old Arcade1Up marquees that don't light up. You've been hanging them on the wall, they look great, and you don't necessarily want to rip one down to put it in the leftovers kit. Well, that's fine. He can sell you one of these blank wooden marquees, you throw in there, throw a graphic on the front of it, or you could paint it, whatever your little heart's desire. He's also working on control panels and some other products, so we'll likely see that on the website when that officially launches. And of course, you don't necessarily have to reuse your old Arcade1Up leftover products. In fact, you can use this kit to make your own awesome little bar-top arcade, like I did right here. And here's what I chose to do with the kit. Obviously, it went a little overboard, went a little crazy, but again, I want to remind everybody that you don't have to reuse those old Arcade1Up products. You could essentially use the kit as the base for your own arcade mod project. So starting at the bottom, we'll work our way up, and I'll tell you a little bit about everything I got going on with this Marvel Vs Capcom 2 little bar top I've made. So first and foremost, I sanded the entire kit, gave it tons and tons of love, made it smooth as a baby's bottom, and then I gave it a nice baby blue paint job to kind of really nail the details of the Marvel Vs Capcom 2 color scheme, at least in my eyes. People are going to argue that I should have done pink, but whatever. I wanted baby blue and I wanted white. That was the simple color scheme that I really wanted. So down here at the bottom, you'll notice we've got pre-drilled holes. This allows the sound to escape. You can mount speakers back there. This is one of those items that I kind of alluded to where David's got some unique configurations set up to where you could maybe order some different parts and pieces to build your ultimate leftovers kit. Moving up top, we've got a control deck and plexiglass from DIY Retro Arcade. This has an 8-button layout because I'm running an Odroid XU4 inside of it, and it has a lot of modern games that require 8 buttons. Plus, I'm a big fighting arcade fan, so some of those games I've got loaded up on here require all 8 buttons. Joysticks, I got the IL Euro joysticks. This is my favorite joystick next to the HAP Competition. I got HAP Competition buttons, Cherry Micro switches underneath. I got, just plain bright white color scheme. Around the edges, I've got some white tape. This is actually UV and blacklight reactive, which is fantastic. It looks amazing once you shine a blacklight on it. Gives it that nice pop. As far as the screen, we got the Dell 2007 FP monitor that everyone knows and loves. We got the bezel and the plexi on front of that from Tulsa Arcades. Love everything they do. Up top, we've got a beautifully lit marquee from Disability Upgrades, Angel Otero Jr. Fantastic work. The quality of this print, it looks phenomenal. It's even got, the small tiny print of the copyright down here at the bottom of the marquee, and it's completely legible. A lot of times you'd see people cutting corners and have a lower quality print graphic, and that would be all blurry and smudged, but no, it's completely legible. You even put this nice blue trim around the marquee that matches the cabinet. Looks fantastic in my opinion. And then inside, again, I mentioned I'm running the Odroid XU4. I personally prefer them over the Raspberry Pi because they're just much more powerful overall. Allows me to run the arcade version of Marvel vs. Capcom 2, which for the most part is 99% identical to the Dreamcast version. But just because, you want to be faithful, you want to be authentic to the best of your ability, We got the arcade version of Marvel Vs. Capcom 2 running full speed, 60 frames per second, plays beautifully, absolutely love it. Also got, you know, every game system you could possibly think and want on here, but you know, that's beside the point. That'll keep me busy for a long time. Also, a little weird thing I had to do, I didn't like the sound coming out of my Odroid for the Bluetooth connection. Didn't matter really what Bluetooth speaker I used, just wasn't happy with the quality. So what I did was I used an HDMI audio out splitter, split out that audio signal, and then I connected it to a USB powered and 3.5 millimeter connected little mini sound bar that I've got pointed straight towards the front of there, so the sound comes out. Got the volume button mounted in the back of the cab, very easy for me to reach in that little handle, the carrying handle, turn the volume up and down, and then I've got everything hooked up to a power switch, and I use that power connecting, you know, surge protector, and I wired it up and made a toggle switch on the back, and that way I can power everything up and down by the simple flick of a switch. Bada bing, bada boom, and we are good to go. Want to have it turn back on, flip the switch back on, Marquee, Odroid, monitor, everything powers right back up. It's fantastic, very simple to do, very easy stuff. I really like how this turned out, and again, I just really wanted to showcase to you what you can do with this leftovers kit. You don't necessarily have to use your leftovers. You can completely just make your own modded Arcade1Up countertop, so to speak. At the end of the day, I highly recommend Arcade1Up and David Dowling's project, because this kit, you can tell how much love, attention to detail, and even the materials, the packaging, I was blown away with how well he wrapped everything, protected everything inside the shipping container. Like, you can tell he really cares about his product, so I highly recommend it. I think it's reasonably priced, I think it's a great idea, and I think it's very useful to the community, so highly recommend it. Reminder, the website where he'll be selling these products is not live as of today, but it will be very shortly. I'll put a link in the video description box below for that website, as well as all the parts, pieces, and components that I use to make my Marvel vs. Capcom 2 version, if you're interested in any of that kind of stuff. Hope you enjoyed the content. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, share this video with your friends if you found the information helpful, and as always, thanks for watching, guys. It really means a lot.